Oh shit, I think I fucked something up. So this is a quick little example of not to mess about with OBD too much, especially with these newer cars, because my God, is it stressful as soon as you've got any type of issue with this type of car. See, the weird thing is that with the Seat Leon FR, the car that I've had before, it was a 2014 model, so the pre-facelift of all of these cars that we're talking about now. Currently, I'm driving a Skoda Octavia VRS. This is the facelift version. I've made a mistake. I've actually accidentally gone into somewhere where I shouldn't have actually gone into, and I've activated something, mainly the headlight. I was wondering, since I've actually got the face what's it called, lane assist, that's what it's called, you know, got this, I thought, well, I've got LED headlights. These are similar to the ones that you would actually see on a Golf and the Cupras and Audis, etc. And it has some sort of tech built inside where it does actually scan the side roads, if that makes sense, so the footpath on either side, so the beam pattern changes. Look it up on Skoda form, it's really good. I thought, let me just look into the headlights control and see if I can actually activate something. Maybe it's a feature that's been disabled from factory because it's not spec. Maybe the hardware is actually built inside the headlights anyway. So I thought, let me just activate the dynamic LED headlights. So I was hoping that it would actually do this beam pattern thing. And boy, am I wrong, because currently right now I think I've actually fucked up the car. It's actually coming up with an error headlight range control, and it's actually beeping at me every single time start up and start down. So this is an issue right now because I can actually physically hear the motors on the headlight every single time. You know how the headlights are supposed to dip down and go back up? It does that, but it does this weird vibrating sound. Because if not, I'll be selling this car. I really need to stop messing around with OBD11. This is the second time I've messed something up. Okay, it came up with 5 faults. Let's just see if it clears it. Alright, let's just see. What the hell is going on now? It's coming up with all kinds of shit going wrong now. Can you hear it? Oh shit, I think I fucked something up. I really did, because it's not going away. And it's in 4B. I remember this one. Please don't say it's something that I did now. I really did fuck it up, because the error is still there. Obviously, excuse the rear tire sensor. That's because I've got a slow leak and I need to get that sorted as well. But yeah, this is really good. I kind of screwed it up, I think. And the problem with these first generations OBD11 is they are so slow. And it's terrifying now because you have to wait for like 3 minutes for this to load up the data, whereas I presume the newer ones are quick. And what's not helping as well is that my battery on this old Android Samsung S5 is actually running out of juice as well. So this shit is terrifying. Right, it comes up with no basic setting. Yeah, we're screwed. Look, as soon as I clear it. So guys, I think I fixed it, and it requires you to go into basic settings, go into basic headlight setting, click on that, click factory setting, click OK, and then it stores the setting, and then go into acknowledge, click that, click store, and that sorted it out, because currently right now you do not have any error, thankfully. Oh, one sec. So I got it sorted, no errors, pumped up the air with some tires, so all of that is sorted, got no errors, nothing on the dash, it's all looking good, no Christmas tree, but I do need to obviously sort out the 2 front tires at the front, and I might as well just get 2 tires at the rear as well, have them all matching. Oh, speed camera. Quick little DIY, what I'm going to do is, and that's the exhaust. The exhaust is in this rather nice chrome outlining, okay, in its own right. However, it doesn't actually go well with the car, because in this situation I wanted my car to be more of a stealthy look, and because it's got a really nice black diffuser, I wanted that to be in black as well. Now of course there is two ways of actually doing it. One way is actually taking the bumper off and getting the exhaust tips out. Can't really be bothered doing it. I just wanted a quick little job, just for now, until I can actually professionally get it done, because I might actually change these tips anyways for quad tip, just to suit the car a little bit better. So just for now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mask it up. So the diffuser part, all of that section, I'm going to mask it up on both sides, and I'm just going to quickly spray it, you know, after cleaning it, wiping it down, going to quickly spray it. That would actually solve the issue in regards to having a little bit more of a stealthy look. So currently right now, this is what it looks like, which is okay-ish. You can't really tell when you look at it from dead on. However, when you look at it from this angle, you've got this really nice and very shiny chrome grille, which really kind of bugs me out. Okay, so as usual, this is a quick job, so this isn't supposed to be taking up a lot of time. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. For a Halford satin black edition, okay, so hopefully it would actually blend in with the bumper a little bit more than a gloss black. I'm actually going to do a couple of coats, let it dry, and then the following day I will actually put some lacquer on it, and hopefully that will actually sort it out. But for now, this is what my fine masking tape would actually look like. Okay then, so gotta make sure. I did actually wash the car before as well, so it is nice and clean, but of course you want to get all of the dust particles out anyways, so give it a quick little wipe down so that the paint actually sticks to it a little bit better. And as you can see, like I've mentioned before, it is a matte finish, so once it dries up, that will be a clear, nice matte effect. Got to make sure that I do get the insides as well, so the whole surround, inside and outside, including the rim bit, is completely black, so it looks nice. Let's carry on with it. What do you think? Let's be honest now, that looks much better. You can barely see that there's an exhaust tip there, but you know, knowing full well that it is there. I like it. Stunning classic. However, it does have some rust on here, but it does look nice. It's completely dry, beautiful. You can kind of see that matte satin look to it. I don't know, man, I like that. Looks much better. And then over time I will actually address this as well. It is from factory, it does look very nice. However, again, that chrome look to it, it's not all me. I'm gonna actually try and actually see if I can get that resprayed in more of a gunmetal grey metallic look with flakes in them. But yeah, let me get the masking tape out, take it outside, take some photos and see the end result. Let's take it off and pray that I haven't messed it up.